Hello again, lockpicking Paul here, and what I've got tonight is just the most ridiculous comedy padlock that I think I've ever seen. This was sold as an MOD Ministry of Defence surplus padlock, 30, 40 years old. This thing weighs over 1 kilo. It is absolutely humongous. Just to give an idea of scale, that's a Squire 440, or equivalent of a Squire 440. It's the Master 2750D. Get an idea of the size of this thing. Now, I'm the first to admit that sometimes I buy a lock because I like the look of it, and I thought there's a really fair chance that this isn't the real deal, and I'll explain why in a minute, and I don't think it's the real deal. However, I still think it would look pretty cool on my desk, and I do. I think it looks pretty cool on my desk. It's a great looking padlock. But I thought there's a reasonable chance it didn't even have levers in it. I have heard of stories of some of these locks coming out of India that look the ticket, but they don't actually have levers in. And I'll show you the key, because the key's ridiculous too. This is the key. It's just got the most amazing, that's like a 10mm upstand in the center of that lock. That is, the picture on the advert, it showed the key next to the lock, but no frame of reference. And I thought this was going to be quite a small lock. So imagine my surprise when this doorstop shows up today. Right, let's put the key in it and operate the thing. Very positive, really, really strong spring, very heavy shackle. I'm sure it's not hardened steel. That said, this would, I think, withstand quite a physical assault. So just from that perspective alone, it is a very sturdy padlock. It has been, this bottom edge has been polished, so it actually looks really nice. But the rest of the lock, if you look up close, it's not got the best finish on it. There's burrs on there. The key is an abomination. I'm going to zoom in on this because it really is shameful. It's hand cut, hand ground. I mean, that's one of the things that basically said to me, that's not the real deal, I'm sure. That is about as rough as it gets. And normally when I make a tensioner, I cut the bitting off. And I half expected, with the bitting missing, that this would still throw the bolt. I was pleasantly surprised when it didn't. I did finally stick a pick in it. It's actually got 4 levers, which is what it was advertised with. So it's a genuine padlock and it works, which is very pleasing. So I'll show you. This is what we ended up with for a tensioner. So bitting's cut off. It won't even fit in my holder. I've just had to basically stick a bolt in it. And that works fine. You can pick it just fine with this. And it's not a particularly difficult lock to pick. I mean, the levers have incredibly strong springs, and you need to use a mountain load of tension to tension this lock, but it opens up relatively easily. So, it was a bit of a gamble. I thought, yeah, I don't think that's real, but it still looks great, and it's a fun thing. So it's a nice fun thing. It's a bonus that actually it's a working padlock. So I thought, let's give it a pick as it's actually working. So yeah, I've had to set the vise up so on its maximum extension. This is the largest physical padlock I possess now. It's just a freaking monster. Right, so this clunks into place really nicely. Oh, that's the other thing. The distance between the gap between the front plate and the levers and the back of a front plate, it's like 9mm. So you've got to insert this wire at the bottom of the lock and turn it in, because otherwise you can't get it in. Right. get that tightened up. Trying to make sure I can get enough tension on this and still show you something. Right, see if this works. Oh, there's a boatload of space in here. You know, I'm not sure I'm getting enough tension on this. Let's try. It's obscuring the camera. It's just everything about this lock is just the wrong size. Let's try that. I know it picks because I just opened it. Oh, that was a gate going in, I think. Oh, it's closed, I think. Where's that lever? Maybe that'll do it. I mean, if this was actually locking something up, just from a sheer scale perspective, it'd be pretty good. Okay, that's another lever gone in. Just had some sizable core movement. There you go. What a monster. I can't describe how much tension I was putting on that. The tolerances in this thing are not tremendous, as you might imagine. But wow, is that a different thing? And it's going to look fantastic on my desk. So, yeah, is it the real deal? I'm pretty certain that is not a Surplus MOD. I think it's a lot later. I think this is probably the last year or two coming straight out of India. That said, I absolutely love it. I just think it looks fantastic. It's so massive. It's almost like a great big comedy. But it works. What can I say? So I really like it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Nice entertaining one. And good luck with picking. Cheers.